Hello, Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cooking with Michah. I am your host, Michah. And the other day, as I was walking down by the farmer's market, I picked up a zucchini. This was $1. I should have bought more, but I really like zucchini bread, so I thought I'd make some and share it with y'all. So, the recipe that I'm using comes from this cookbook, not sponsored. I don't even know when they sold this. I think they don't even make this anymore. But I don't have half the stuff on there, so we're going to be improvising, which is fun. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so, okay, I already don't have something it needs. Okay, I need I forgot to grab grease. All right, it says to grease the tin. There you go, greased. Now we're gonna set this aside. Oof. Oh, that reeks. I can put that back now, actually. So, I've really only made this like one other time 1.5 years ago, so let's see how this goes. All right, step 1, the medium mixing bowl. Oh, okay. I need to shred this thing. I got my handy cheese grater here. Which side do I use? This is finely shredded, so I'm assuming not this side. Oh crap, I just realized. Forgot to put my butter in the fridge. Alright, so first step to shredding any zucchini is knowing how much you need. 1 cup, so we need to fill this thing up to the brim. So, make sure you cut the top and the bottom stem off. I'm gonna, instead of using a regular knife, I'm gonna use my Spyderco. My name on it, not sponsored, but reach out, maybe. Look at that, clean cut. You do the same on this side. Actually, I should probably wait to do that side. I don't know if I'm gonna use this whole thing. I don't want it to go bad. And remember, clean while you cook. See? Fine now. And as for the very top of your zucchini, you just throw that away or eat it. Now, what's strange about me is that I actually hate zucchini, but this bread is some of the best things that has ever come out of the Michah household. So, yeah. I don't really, oh, that's a lot of water that just came out of my zucchini. All right. I don't really know the best way to hold this. Like, you gotta get a firm grip around the base, pause. Just start shredding like this. Here, let me get you in on some of this action. All right. We did not make a lot from that. Okay. I'm gonna fast forward you guys through this. Okay, that's the most like grueling and painstaking process. Yeah, 1 cup finally, like, oh, pretty close to 1 cup at least, in like 15 minutes. Great. So, what you're going to want to do with the rest of your zucchini is, I recommend going through the many drawers I have over here. You don't want to leave this end open, or else it'll get bad, so I just take one of these little sandwich baggies. Even if you can't get the whole thing in there, like this is definitely enough for another loaf. You just want to put that end in there. It'll help a little bit. Pop that in the fridge with the rest of your buddies, little veggies. Now remember, cook while you clean. I'm going to wash these off really quick. We're gonna need our cheese grater later, and we need this cutting board right now, I think. All right, so we have our 1 cup of zucchini. We greased your pan. In a medium mixing bowl, combine flour, cinnamon, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and nutmeg. Well, joke's on you. I've only got a large mixing bowl. So, we're going to use that. Alright, so first thing we need to combine, flour. We need 1.5 cups. This is flour. Not to be confused with good old-fashioned Colombian cocaine. I can't say that, can I? I need a knife. Okay. So, what we're going to do with this knife here is, see how it's like all unlevel and stuff? We need to make sure that we have exactly 1 cup. So we're going to push it to the side, flatten out the top. The top is not completely flat, so that means we need more. I'm sure my family's rolling in their grave for how bad I did that. I'm kidding. They're all alive. They're fine. That's 1 cup and a half a cup. Okay, let's just eyeball it. No more than that. No more than that. Alright, that's good. Now let me just throw that back in there. And we're going to need this flour for later. Shove that off to the side. I'm going to angle this camera up a little better so you can see what's in there. Oh, alright. What else? Cinnamon. We need 1 teaspoon of okay. Set this aside. You got little things. Alright. Need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Alright. It's 1 teaspoon. Here we are. Here's my ground cinnamon. We're not gonna pour the, oh, that's strong, okay. You know, fun fact, I accidentally almost grabbed taco seasoning while I was grabbing all the materials for this. You know, that would have been a disaster. Come on. Jeez. I'm not the worst person on the planet to ever scoop cinnamon. I will gladly hold that title if true. There we are. It's 1 teaspoon. Probably gonna need that for later. So, what else do we need to mix? Baking soda and baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. All right. Set that aside. 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, which is this little Arm & Hammer. We've had this box for probably my entire lifetime. Like, You never need that much baking soda, all right? Half teaspoon, never gonna need that again. Set it off to the side. Then I need a 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. I've also had this tub for like the entire duration of my 16.6 years. Okay, come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're making a concoction, that's for sure. What else? Salt and nutmeg. I don't have nutmeg, and I don't have a replacement for nutmeg, so how much salt do we need? 1/4 teaspoon salt. All right. So a fancy little trick that I learned is if you pour it over the bowl and you spill some, you can just say, oh, that was supposed to go in there, you know, as part of the 1/4 teaspoon, which is very convenient. I might need salt later. I don't know. I haven't checked that far. Set aside. I'm pretty sure it's going to want me to mix, though. So we have our little concoction here. All right. And we're going to mix. All right. As I mix, I'm going to read what we got to do next here. Oh, that's already almost mixed. All right. In another mixing bowl. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do what my mother does and just ignore that and throw all the wet ingredients in here. All right. That's good. There we are. All right, let's come on, sugar. All right, how much sugar do we need? 1 cup of sugar. Okay, so what I'm hearing is do not eat a whole loaf of this in a day. Jeez, okay, there we are. Okay, so how much is this scoop? This is 1/3 of a cup. All right. It's 1/3 of a cup. Sorry if you can't see my face a lot. I'm trying to focus on the actual cooking. You see my face enough with all the other vlogs. All right, that's 1 cup. I don't think I'm gonna need the sugar later, but I don't know, probably. The whole thing of shredded zucchini, which I have off to the side. I don't need these anymore. All right, so let's just oh, that was a noise. All right. All right. Cooking oil, egg, and lemon peel. I don't have lemon peel, so we're gonna ignore that. So how much cooking oil? 1/4 of a cup. I also don't have cooking oil, so I'm using vegetable oil. I think I've had this vegetable oil for like 9 months. All right. See, 1/4 cup of this. Right? Oil. All right, let's. I'm sure someone is mad about how I'm doing this. Set that off to the side, and then I need to add in the egg. I have 1 egg. It's just kind of been sitting out. I should have kept it in the fridge, but whatever. All right, let's see if I can get this first go. Oh boy. Yo, I got it. I got it. All right. Now we're throw that in the trash. And make sure you always wash your hands, even if it's just a little rinse, because you can't eat egg yolks. Yolks? Whites. You can't eat egg whites. Not unless they're cooked. Maybe. Mix well. Add dry mixture to this. Stir until moistened. All right. Should probably use an actual spoon for this step. Here's one. All right, so it just says to stir well. Make sure you break that yolk Alright. Now, as I'm stirring, I'm going to tell y'all a story about work yesterday, because... Let me pull this camera a bit up while I tell this story. Alright. I'm going to tell y'all a story about work the other day, because I didn't get to do a vlog or blog, because I got home pretty late. It was pretty steady. Our last order was at 7:55, and we close at like 8. So we didn't get out and home until 10 o'clock. So that kind of sucked. But I was making this one dude's pizza, and I was the only one up front, so I was the only dude he could talk to. And, you know, customers make conversation. It's kind of normal. Not all of them do, but some of them do, and I have to engage with them, which is fine. I like talking to people. And he starts talking to me about school, and he's like, "Oh, what grade are you in?" "Oh, I'm a junior." And he goes, what do you want to do after college?" And I'm thinking, you know, I'll tell this guy. He seems like a nice guy. And I tell him, I'd like to go into political science because I love politics and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Would you be a Republican or a Democrat?" I'm like, okay, this is a trick question. I live in a blue state. Well, a blue state. Look up Minnesota votes by county in the 2024 election, and you'll see why I say that. But I'm in a blue county, and this guy's very obviously going to say he's a Democrat. So I'm like, screw it. I'd probably be a Republican, you know? And he goes, "Oh, I'd vote for you." I'm like, "What? You hardly know me." And he says, No. The way that you can make eye contact, the way that you can speak, the job that you're having right now at this pizza place, it's all very good for politics stuff. I'm sure that you'd be a great politician in the future." And I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. I threw him a few extra olives, you know, because I can do that. Don't tell my boss I did that. But yeah, really... And handed him his pizza, and he left, and he goes, "Yo, I'll see you 30 years when you're president-elect." I'm like, all right. So, I doubt I'll ever see that guy again. But, it was nice, you know, a little reassuring. I'm sure one of these days I'll be president of the United States, and the 53 of you will vote for me. Okay. And now that that's done, our batter is done as well. Oh boy. It looks kind of green, which makes sense because it's zucchini. Oh, I have to preheat the oven. Okay. Oven at 350. Okay. That's my bad. All right, that's done. Spoon the batter into the prepared pan. Oh boy. Okay. What do you mean stand? I've been standing for the past hour recording this. All right. So, we have our pan here. This is one of the worst parts, in my opinion. Actually, I'm right-handed, so let's get this over here. This is why I'm wearing a shirt I don't care about. I shouldn't wear a white shirt, but it's a shirt I don't care about. You just pour that in there. Oh boy, I missed a little bit. A little mini mix right here. Oh, that's a noise. All right. Burned myself the other day at work trying to pull pizza out of the oven. We don't cook our pizzas, but we have an oven in the back in case if we get hungry. So yeah, your local Papa Murphy's has been lying to you. It wasn't a bad burn. I had to like grab some burn ointment for it, but only for it to stop hurting so I could get back to work. Oh, I missed another part again. Mix. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. All right. All right, there we go. Set that off to the side. You want to make sure that that's nice and flat. Scrape it off the top. Oh, I got it all over the place. Okay. Do not lick your fingers with this. For anyone following along at home, I feel like I've done a pretty good job. Do not lick your fingers. Trust me, it doesn't taste that good. Oh, I'm making more and more of a mess, dude. Okay. Okay. Now, while the oven's preheating, and this is here, we're going to set this aside. Take our rag, clean up the workplace. Clean like cook, man. Clean like cook. I was thinking I would make a lot more of a mess with the flour. And I have like a debit card in my pocket. Well, not a debit card. I don't trust you guys with that. Like a TQ gift card in my pocket. And I was just gonna right on screen, but no, there's just not enough to do that. I had a friend who would snort Mentos if you crushed them up for him. All right. The zucchini bread's done. We're relying to the Post-it note now. This is a little extra thing. You don't have to do this if you're following along at home. We're not gonna need a big bowl. But basically, my grandma makes a really, really good French toast bake. And if you guys have never had French toast bake, you gotta try it. You have to prep it the day before, but it's really good. And on top of the French toast bake, there's cinnamon crumbles. That, like, on the whole thing, it's so good. Now, pumpkin pie, another, vegetables that are similar to zucchini, like eggplant. Eggplant? Maybe not eggplant. It goes with the squash, though. Squash does. Is really good with cinnamon. And there's already cinnamon in this, so I'm going to make the cinnamon sugar crumbles to put on top. I've got a very tiny bowl, and I'm having the recipe that was for the French toast bake. Should have quartered it, but I don't care. And I don't know if I should put that on top before or after I cook it. I'm gonna do before, but it could turn out really, really bad. All right, so first thing that you're gonna do is 1/4 cup of flour. Now this you can literally just eyeball, like it's no big deal. It's okay if you're a little off. Let's see what we got here. That's like 1/3 cup. Yeah, it's like 1/4 cup of flour. All right, shove that off to the side. Next, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, which, again, I'm gonna be eyeballing. Actually, no, I have a measuring cup here. I don't know why I didn't do that. All right. So a little more brown sugar than 1/4 cup, maybe. Guaranteed. Okay, we don't need that much brown sugar. Oh boy, oh boy. Brown sugar is like oobleck in the sense that it like solidifies the more you touch it, but okay, well you know what I mean. Okay, that's more like 1/3 cup. It's a bit too much for error. Okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm sure my grandmother is gonna go crazy seeing me do this, because I literally just texted her asking for the recipe. She literally just like explained the whole thing to me, and I'm messing it up completely. So, all right, I need the cinnamon again. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. Here we are. Amazon guys here. I wonder what my something fell in there. My white powder. Come on. Okay, 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 okay. Boom. And then the most expensive part of this, butter. Butter knife. Okay. Oh, oven's ready. You can leave it. So you need a fourth of a cup of butter to do this. Which is half a stick, for those of you who don't know. I don't know. I had to text my grandma that. Except my butter's already cut into, like, fourths, so I have to, like, decide how much half a cup of, well, half a thingamajig this is. Come on. Come on. Oh, right, I have to chop this up into pieces, don't I? Okay. My grandma told me to shred this using the cheese grater. But the thing is, it's not nearly cold enough for that. So, sorry, Gma. Your word is going ignored. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this is messy. I'm sure my parents will be ecstatic about me using all the butter without letting them know. Okay. They don't use butter that much anyways. They'll just think, oh, someone's been using the butter. All right. Now, I should have used a bigger bowl, but after you've got what looks like a very bad ice cream sundae, you can toss the Post-it notes out of here. You should probably go pick those up. And then you need, out of my drawer of many things, one of my friends is texting me weird stuff. All right. Where's anything in this house? Okay. Dude, I cannot find it. Ah, here we are. You use one of these things. I don't know what this is. We use it to crush nuts, but you need one of these things. My grandma sent me a stock photo of this, so I know it's important. And you just, oh boy. Oh yeah, I should have grabbed a bigger bowl for this. Okay. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this on the... Clean while you cook, guys. Clean while you cook. That's my number one. That's the moral of the story for this video. We're gonna do it on this, so it's easier to clean. Make sure you clean out the center of it every now and again, because butter will just slide through it. You just want it to mix it up. You know, the Amazon guy's taking an awful long time just like sitting there. All right, clear that out again. It's starting to resemble something close to crumbs. But yeah, while I'm here, I'll tell you about my day yesterday, because I didn't get to do that yesterday. So I woke up at the crack of dawn, also known as 9:30. I sleep in during the summer. Who doesn't? And then almost immediately, I got shoved off to... Oh, and he came up. I don't know what he just dropped off. I'll pick it up after I'm done recording. But we decided to go off to the farmer's market. I do not like the farmer's market. I do not like shopping. I do not like the purchasing of goods that does not directly benefit me in any way. I hate clothes shopping. I'd rather die than go to the outlet mall with my parents. The outlet mall is always, oh, it's going to be a quick 15-minute trip, and then we're there for 15 hours. I kid you not, the longest time I've spent in the outlet mall was like 8 hours. It was ridiculous. It was so bad. But after we started walking there, because it's like a mile and a half away, so we're just like, oh, we're gonna walk. Not really a fan of that, because I had to bike to work later today, but whatever. Well, that day. But I came up to the farmer's market. We just kind of walked around, figured some stuff out, and we found the zucchini, $1 for one of those, and I was like, all right, I'll make some zucchini bread that everyone in my family likes. Except my dad, because my dad doesn't like anything. And then after that, purchased it. We just walked out. Whole thing took like an hour and a half. After that, this needs to start mixing. I can better just mix it with my hands. Should I do that? Maybe I will. After that, came home, hung out for a little bit, had a mediocre lunch, and then me and my sister went out to the school picnic that was happening that day as a welcome back to school thing. For some reason, it was in the worst possible park ever, and the event was so boring. There was nothing to do, and it was just so poorly managed. Like, the people in charge need to figure out something, all right? After that whole ordeal, the only food they had there was a food truck, like a Thai food truck that was really overpriced. The only thing that I decided to buy was I went halvesies with my sister on some egg rolls. So it was $10 for 3 egg rolls, which is crazy. I'm just hand mixing this now. I don't even care. Butter's broken up enough. Oh, this works way better. After that whole ordeal, I came home for about 45 minutes until I had to leave for work. Work was fine, at the start at least, but it very quickly, got kind of boring. Halfway through my shift, I got hungry, so we decided to make a pizza in the back, which I talked about earlier. Burned my finger, not too bad. But the closing task was so bad. My boss put a handful of closing tasks for the weekend closers, and the Saturday closers just decided to do none of it, so it was up for me and my coworker who was closing with me to do all of it, which included detailing the whole lobby, which sucks. But other than that, it was good. It was fine. Well, it's starting to look like I'm done here. Oven's been ready for way too long, so now this is our flour, brown sugar, butter, cinnamon mixture. It's like wet sand. Technically there's supposed to be salt in this, but to quote my grandmother, I usually omit the salt. I had to Google what omit meant. So sorry, Grandma. We're gonna bring this over here again. And I made too much for this. Okay. I can definitely tell there's too much butter in this. Okay. We're just gonna break it up into chunks. Drop it in. Oh boy. Yeah, I should have quartered this. Grandma lied to me. She said to half it. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have like a cinnamon, not cinnamon crumbles, but like a cinnamon layer. Oh, boy. Okay. Get all those little nooks and crannies. Alright. That does not look bad. Not bad at all. Make sure you get all of the value out of everything that you've made. Except the stuff that gets under your fingernails. All right, and it's like the 5th time I've washed my hands. Oh, it's raining outside. Weather's been really weird for the past few days. Yeah, I should definitely start working on cooking this one. All right. That's how it looks. It looks pretty. It looks pretty. All right. I'm not going to give you guys a close-up of me opening and putting this into the oven. I'll make a little room for you to take a little peek. But I'm not going to hold the camera while doing this. It's hot. Okay. All right. So what you want to do at this step is not preheat your oven, but I hope you already preheated your oven. Oven's at 350. And you need to bake it for 55 to 60 minutes. And while you're doing that, get out your wire rack. I have one. And now that I'm done with that, I have to clean all my dishes, which is a handful. All that. I don't know how well you're seeing that. All right, yeah. And I also have to put away all the supplies I used. So I'm not going to give you guys time lapse for that. I'm just going to transition. I'll see you later. All right. So it's basically done. I think I took it out of the oven like 7 or 8 minutes ago, and it was, need a little bit. So it's basically done from what I think. So we're going to grab ourselves our oven mitts. Oh boy. Ooh, that's hot. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Okay. Oh boy, that's warm. It's warm through the glove. Okay, it's hot. All right, close that. All right. Turn off your oven. Turn the oven light off. Hit your pits. All right. Now I'm gonna move the camera over here. See what we got. This is a dirty dish. I'm gonna move that. All right. So, as you can see, it's risen by like 3 inches, so it looks good. And this is dry from the last time I used it. I'm gonna clean it off though, just a little bit. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, got a nice crust. All right, stick her in there. Yeah, that's dry. That's cooked all the way through. All right. So you can just, it smells good. It smells really good. So, you got your wire rack here. You're gonna want to set it on here to let it air out and cool down easier. Give it a second though. Grab a knife if you got one. Just like go around the edges. Ooh. All right, gonna go around them one more time. The smell is impeccable. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, Why is there a knife here? Sorry about that. Shouldn't have moved that. All right, so grab that, move this over, flip it around in our hands, and oh, hold up, adjust that a little bit, and oh boy, okay, came out perfectly. It's nice and warm. Ow. Okay, don't use that. It's going over there. Kind of losing it. Shoulda. Okay, maybe do use this a little bit. Okay. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, okay, that's hot. That is really hot. Okay. Usually you're supposed to flip it over. I don't really know how to do that. So we're gonna let it cool for a little bit. It's a little cinnamon crisp. Ooh, it's a little warm. Taste a little cinnamon crisp bit. I think that was the part that was stuck to the pan. That part burned, for sure. I hope the rest of it did not. Ooh, that's hot. That is hot. I'll be back in like 10 minutes after this thing cools. All right. It's pretty cooled off now, so I think I can be a man enough to, oh boy, there we go. Oh. So there you go. There's our beautiful masterpiece here. Got myself a plate. I'm gonna cut myself a bit off. Just a pro tip. You can't even see my face, all right? Just a pro tip. Whenever you do this, if you have enough room underneath, put the plate underneath, because then it makes cleanup so much more easy. I'm talking as if I know how to cook. All right, it's nice and dirty. I'll just do a trusty old, I don't care about it, clean. All right, now the end piece, never my favorite piece, but I'm sampling it for today. All right, make yourself a nice cut, about anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. Oh boy. Only on the Michah channel do I cut myself this often. Those who know. Oh boy. Yeah, that's still steaming. All right, that's a very small piece. I don't need any more than that though. So that will be good for today. I need to really clean up. Yeah, okay, that's better than the piece that fell off. I need to really clean up. All right, let's just move the wire rack. It's easier to just move the phone. We're going over here, sitting at the bar. All right. So, this is the first time I've actually made zucchini bread with the crumbles on top. So I've got no idea if it's going to be good or not. And it's an edge piece, so I'm not really a fan of these end pieces, but let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. Yeah. All I can say, I can definitely tell I put too much brown sugar in the mixture. It's a little crunchier than usual. But also maybe because I left in there longer than usual. It's more well done, I would say. Which, it's not bad, it's just like, you know. I'm sure it's better on the inside about having an edge piece right now. This is really good. This is better than the one I made last year. I do this like once a year. Oh. Yeah, that's good. That is good. I'm going to rate this like this is a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this. It was fun making this, and I hope to see y'all in the next one, maybe. Now, as for the recipe, now, find yourselves.